The United Nations Conference on Climate Change, COP29, has officially begun in Baku, Azerbaijan, with the handing over of the presidency of COP to Mukhtar Babayev, who has called on world leaders to keep their word on commitments made in the past. Kenya's delegation, led by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, will be keen on driving Africa's agenda, which is fulfilling commitments on climate financing. Mukhtar is in Baku and now reports.
The United Nations Conference on Climate Change, COP29, kicked off Monday morning with the handing over of the COP presidency gavel to Mukhtar Babayev, who takes over from Dr. Sultan Al-Jaber. Babayev, the Minister for Environment in Azerbaijan, has called on world leaders to show commitment in matters climate change.
We are all in this together. Nothing has a greater impact on the security, prosperity, and well-being of all nations than climate change. This goal is not a burden, it is an opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, we must invest today to save tomorrow.
We cannot afford to continue upending lives and livelihoods in every nation.
The Kenyan delegation, led by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi and Environment CS Aden Duale, reiterated the call for developed nations to compensate poorer countries that suffer the greatest impacts of climate change.
We are looking for what you call the engineering of the financial architecture, so that it can be more friendly, so that the polluters pay more, and those that have suffered the consequences of the effects of climate change can also be compensated.
With the Trump administration in the United States, participants at the COP are anxious about the incoming president's skepticism on climate change and the requirement for rich countries to pay more for causing damage to lives and livelihoods in the global south.
Trump's previous retreat from global climate action undermined climate finance and eroded trust in climate negotiations. It also fundamentally stalled necessary financial flows.
Ni matarajio yetu kwamba Marekani itaweza kuona ule uzito ambao zile nchi kama zetu, nchi za bara Afrika ambazo hazijachangia katika hili janga, ule mzigo ambayo inabeba, na kwamba hilo litamguza na atapata kubadilisha mawazo yake.
As day one comes to a close, expectations are high as heads of state and world leaders hold their first plenary Tuesday morning. Mashirima Kapombe, Citizen TV, Baku.